talking about? Yeah! I'd like to welcome you. In fact, I am glad to welcome you, and I'm always glad to serve, to this very first edition of What They Talking About. Now, we'll get into it and start with a quote from the loving, brilliant, talented, gorgeous, and fabulous Marian Wright Edelman, who offered many words of wisdom for us, but let's hone in on this one, the one that means a lot to me. And that is, we are to honor and respect the forebear's shoulders on which we stand. Yeah, that's right, that seminal fertilizing ground that speaks to us when we really need it. Yeah, and if you're not doing this, great people, how much better and stronger you will be when you begin to do that. So, with our forebearers in mind, with our ancestors' spirits, with the loving energy of the people that have loved us, let's begin. I'm your man, BigChessDC. Hey, what they talking about?
What they talking about? Hey, Track City. I love my city. I love my city.
Hey, what's good, beloveds? Hey, what's good? Yeah. I'm your man, BigChessDC, BigChessDC.com if you're looking. And those that know me know that I have been involved with social justice activism and sharing original music that serves black and brown people for many years. I'm glad to welcome you, my family, my beloveds, to the very first installment of What They Talking About. On this show, we'll get an opportunity to share information and original music, and then possible solutions that we all can consider and hopefully consider to work together to affect positive outcomes in our respective lives. So again, I welcome you all to this very first installment of What They Talking About. Let's get into it. To be a Negro in this country and to be relatively conscious is to be enraged almost all of the time. Now that quote comes from our beloved James Baldwin, and it is as significant and relevant today as it was in his day. Today on this episode of What They're Talking About, we're going to talk about money. Yeah, the cash, the green, those things that provide the necessities of our survival, those things that we all work for and we need. Now, I'm sure you've heard a couple of phrases as a part of the American lexicon, and that is money is power, and that we should follow the money, or money runs America. Yeah, this is America. And with regard to the last one, money runs America, let's get into it. We, and when I say we, I'm talking about black and brown people, we are over 45 million strong. And we can write our own destiny when we believe, when our collective conscious agrees on how we spend financially. This is not a new concept. Many races, creeds, and cultures have done this throughout global history, and we need to rediscover this practice. And sure, we have many problems in our respective communities. It is my belief that the most important tool we have to will to solve our problems is our money. So I lovingly submit to you, my black and brown people, that our money matters. Sure, the racism that we face is institutional and systematic, and the absence of equal protection under the law permeates and has adversely affected generations of black and brown people. And we are experiencing unfair and inhumane circumstances and problems, including but not limited to, but including the economic inequality and the growing wealth gap. Now, great folks, dig this. The wealth gap as we know it now has this chasm, has this gap that's been created that we've never seen before in global history. Now, referencing a recent report by Forbes magazine, we've seen 62 of the ultra-rich individuals or ultra-rich families, the Morgans, the DuPonts, the Rothschilds, and others amassing as much wealth as the bottom half of humanity. The bottom half is us. The wealth of the richest 62 people has increased an astonishing 44% since 2010, rising to $1.7 trillion. The wealth at the bottom half, us, has dropped by 41%. So there are a number of factors during this rise of economic inequality that now has 1% of the world's population owning more than half of the world's wealth. Now, who made this arrangement? Their stock market profits, their tax dodging and avoidance by these so-called wealthy oligarchs and plutocrats and their corporation have presented exotic strategies that permit them to park money so that it is invisible and inaccessible to governments. They're going to the Caymans, they're going to Bermuda. They're not paying their taxes, y'all. You don't pay your taxes, you get audited. You get marked as fraud. You get penalized. You get put in jail. They're taking your money and they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Our government is made up of primarily white men. White men that have been educated to practice law. They're lawyers. And anybody that knows law knows that they've been taught to win above observing a moral compass, above right and wrong. The Capitol Dome should comprise a cross-section of diverse professional and tradespeople, educators, engineers. I believe that Citizens United must be eliminated. And campaign finance reform should prevent political offices and lawyers from being bought and sold. It is this backdoor dealing that drives the legislation and the resolution, the laws that run our lives. We know, Black and brown people, we know that the criminal justice system is dysfunctional, is despotic, is evil, is wrong. We, one to another, have allowed the American prison industry to flourish, creating a new racial caste system, locking up Black and brown people at staggering, disproportionate numbers. And we are seeing all too often unarmed African American men and women, God bless you, Sandra Bland, slain by police. The same police charged to protect and serve. The same police that are paid by your tax dollars. The misappropriation of your tax dollars, these funds to arm local police departments with military-grade equipment and methodology simply cannot continue. That money should be used to train police on how to be peace officers as opposed to being martial law controllers. Yes, Black and brown people, we are rising, we are raising, we are protecting and providing for our families. We're doing what we can to get by, just to get by. But we don't have the luxury of being one-dimensional. Not with these 1%ers. We are in a state of crisis and we don't act like it. We are nonchalant about the fact that we are being targeted for extermination. We see Black and brown folks more concerned with what they wear, what they drive, what's on TV, the games they're playing on the PlayStation and the Wii and the Xbox, what they're listening to on the internet, the music, the Migos and all of this other, you know what I'm talking about. All of this is more important than their existence, their food, their air, their water, one another, their people. How do you explain this nonchalance in the face of danger? Professors call it post-traumatic slavery disorder. I say we look at our pain and trauma and we neglect it. We even laugh at it. And laughter is good, but not all the time. Many times we have to get down to brass tacks and focus with each other. We have to question the information that's being fed to us. The intentional spin and manipulation of news is a highly skilled craft, or propaganda. And those that know me know that I'm in that business. Propaganda is the art of forming people's opinions for them. That's why the United States spends $500 billion a year simply on opinion formation. Watch these messages, buy their products, commercial. Oh, you thought it was free? You're being conditioned and you don't even know it. As a Black man and women in America, you are racially profiled. You are the last hired. You are the first fired. You are discriminated against on every level. You have the highest unemployment rate. You have the highest rate of incarceration. You have the highest rate of mortality. You are the last one to receive justice in this dysfunctional judicial system. Racism underlies your entire life. But I'm not telling you nothing that you don't already know, because when you get up and put your 1-2 down like me, you know what I'm talking about. So that's what we talk about. Now let me give you lovingly a quote from Stokely, Carmichael, or Kwame Ture. If I am not for myself, who will be? If I am for myself alone, who am I? If not now, when? And if not you, who? Great folks, I never tell anybody what to do. I simply offer information for you all to consider and to evaluate. Now, I will share something with you that was shared with me by my father. And thank God he's still here. And he would say this. He would say, son, you need 3 things. You need thought, you need word, and you need deed. Well, it's that last one that eludes many, most, dare I say, most of us. We need to stop waiting for someone else or something else. We need to get up and do something every day. Stop waiting for a leader. Leaders are great, but you should recognize and value that you are the leader that you are waiting for, and that you can make change in your lives and the lives of those that are most important to you. And I'm here with you. I'm here to continue this conversation. I'm here to serve and to lead in my own way. And I want you to know that I got your back. So, that's what they talking about. Let's continue this conversation, this discourse. I'm your man, Big Chess. BigChessDC.com if you're looking. It's love and light, always.
What they talk about? Hey, Track City. I love my city. I love my city.
Hey, what they talking about? Yeah, what they talking about? Good people, I'm glad and really, really excited to share with you that I have a brand new record, a single release. Now get this. It's titled Arrest the President. We did that. We are strong enough and we have enough love and support from our community and from our inner circle to speak the truth to power and to not weigh the risk, but consider the reward for sharing information that we believe will serve, we believe will help to affect change. So, y'all know what's going on with our political system, with the government, and with this orange man in office. Y'all know how despotic he is. But I want you to encourage your families and your communities to go out and pick this record up, or heck, just go to the site and listen to it and appreciate the information and the substance and the style that we are delivering. And let's together arrest the president. His time is up, and let's impeach him. I'm your man, BigChessDC. BigChessDC.com. Arrest the president.
The government you have elected is inoperative.
Our executive order on travel and refugees coming into our country from certain countries.
Arrest the president, it's time we set against his petulant devilment. The truth is evidence, the jury is chosen, the people have spoken. Let's put this in motion, let's serve with a notice. Arrest the president, it's time we set against his petulant devilment. The truth is evidence, the jury is chosen, the people have spoken. Let's put this in motion, let's serve